Canada's former Conservative government oversaw and supported the highest levels of planned immigration in recent Canadian history. Canada's Conservatives continue to strongly support a balanced, fair, and compassionate asylum process in Canada. However, the reality is that Justin Trudeau has failed on all of these fronts. Frankly, I believe that the Prime Minister has ruined what was once a fair, orderly system that focused on both protecting the world's most vulnerable and aiding their integration into Canada's social and economic fabric. This is because since January 2017, over 30,000 individuals have illegally crossed the border from the United States into Canada and subsequently claimed asylum in our country. This dramatic increase in numbers occurred after the Prime Minister tweeted #Welcome to Canada in response to an executive order made by the American government. To reiterate, over 30,000 people have illegally entered Canada and then claimed asylum after already having reached the safety of the United States of America. By this government's own admission, many of these people do not have valid asylum claims and will eventually be found to have no legal reason to be in Canada. This high level of unplanned immigration has created strain on provincial social welfare programs and integration supports. It has also directed hundreds of millions of dollars of unbudgeted resources and support that could have been used to expedite those languishing in UN refugee camps, those seeking to have their family members reunited with them in Canada, or Canadians in need, to people who are in the United States of America. Further, by failing to close the loophole in the Safe Third Country Agreement, Justin Trudeau has chosen to make this his new permanent immigration policy. He has constructed permanent structures at Roxham Road, built tent cities, and set up a permanent system of busing people to homeless shelters across the country. He has allocated resources to expedite work permits, health care, and social welfare payments for this cohort. In short, Justin Trudeau has no intention of restoring the system back to fairness and compassion. What's worse, he has done so without any plan to budget or pay for the costs of this decision. His failure to manage Canada's border is an urgent matter of public interest, and Canadians are demanding action. While 70% of Canadians don't believe the Trudeau Liberals have any plan at all to address this crisis on our border, all the Prime Minister has been able to do is shuffle his cabinet and throw money at the problem. But this isn't a solution because money is not a plan. We have a situation where those waiting in desperate situations abroad, displaced from their homes in refugee camps, must sit and wait even longer while the Trudeau Liberals spend money on those illegally crossing the border from the United States. Canadians have prided ourselves on our ability to help those in greatest needs, those who face dire threats to their lives in their home countries. We've always been able to extend a hand to those facing persecution who need our protection. The Prime Minister's mess is damaging our capacity to help those who need it. And it's these innocent people who are already in peril who pay the price. In recent days, Justin Trudeau and his ministers have been using the language of fear and division to attempt to silence criticism of his failed approach to this issue. Canadians and newcomers to Canada alike have the right to understand how Trudeau will support the long-term integration of the influx of illegal border crossers in the context of a huge deficit budget, increased taxes, while millions of refugees languish in UNHCR camps. Today, my Conservative colleagues and I will be demanding some answers from this government. The questions we will be asking are perfectly legitimate, and Canadians are demanding answers to them. We expect to see a plan from Justin Trudeau's government, especially given that over 800 people face eviction notices in Toronto's college dormitories in a little over a week's time. Canadians have waited long enough. It's time for Justin Trudeau to fix this mess.